Greetings, YouTube. So, a teacher in Oklahoma resisted the wave of book banning incidents that we've seen across America. And she actually put up a collection of books on a shelf in the library, put big red tape across it, and a sign that said, "These are the books that they don't want you to read." Okay, which means that students could, well, not they could not take them off the shelf, they could read the books and know which books they wanted to have banned. Um, and then she also posted a QR code that if you scanned it would let you have access to the public library in New York City to get those banned books so you could read them. Now these are publicly available. It's the library process. There's nothing illegal going on. They're books that have been in print in some cases for quite a while. The school just has decided that students shouldn't read them. And as the article I'll link to says, this is part of a broader battle going among social conservatives, fearing the fact that they feel that teachers are trying to sway their children's political beliefs. And I have something to tell them. Education will do that. The more you know, the more impact that knowledge is going to have on your political beliefs. In fact, the only way to keep a person in the narrative of social conservatism is to require them to remain ignorant of reality. Because if a person actually understands all of what reality is, if they know the actual history of where they live, of the nation they dwell in, of the role their people have played in the world, that is going to give them a broader perspective and very likely change their political worldview. When I was 19, I was a very conservative person politically. I was very much a kill 'em all, let God sort 'em out type. Literally, I used that statement many times. As I read more, as I began to broaden my understanding of history, sociology, psychology, trauma, the actual history of what white Europeans have done to the planet, what happened when Europeans ended up here, what we have done to the world as a group. White Europeans have destroyed entire cultures. They have wiped out histories. They have destroyed language groups. They've just washed them away because they felt that they were beneath them, that they didn't need to exist, and that they needed to impose their old political and social structures on other people that weren't white Europeans. It's vile. So yes, if you learn history, it's going to change your worldview, which is why now, at age 60, I'm a democratic socialist. Why I believe that the people should have more power than the profiteers. Why I have come to understand that capitalism is an unsustainable entity. It cannot exist and continue to function. It will fail. And when it does, it's going to kill a lot of people. But we, the people, can do something about that. And schools really don't want children to know this. Parents that are socially conservative really don't want children to know this. They want their kids to remain ignorant. They want their kids to remain inside this little bubble where everything mommy and daddy says, where everything the priest says, or the chaplain, or whatever the hell the leader is called, whatever they say, that's the truth with a capital T. And as long as they can keep them in that little bubble, they will perpetuate that socially conservative worldview into the next generation. But if you burst that little bubble with knowledge and understanding, and the scales fall from their eyes, and they finally see the world for what it is, they're not likely to remain socially conservative. I'm not saying it's 100%. There are people that actually go out into the world and become socially conservative later in life. Often, I've seen it amongst more men than women because they didn't get what they wanted. And the socially conservative movement says, well, if you follow our edicts, you'll get what you want, which is most often a lie, but it's a very comforting lie. And so a lot of people fall for it. Do what we say and you'll have what you need, what you want, what you desire. And even if you don't get it, they just dangle that. Well, you need to believe harder. You just need to buy into it more. And they never quite understand the concept of the system is not working for them. They've the is it lost cost fallacy? I think it is. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. Where after a certain point, it's not worth investing anymore. But most people don't want to admit that and realize they just have to throw the whole thing away and start from scratch. As a crafter, I know that firsthand, literally. So yeah, it disgusts me that these people want to ban books and keep knowledge away from children, from people who will become the next political generation that need to be informed, that need to have the scales of social conservatism cast from their eyes so they can see the world for what it really is. And social conservatism is a goddamn death cult. And the sooner you learn that, the happier and healthier you're going to be.